I don't know. I just feel Jesse is a better man anyway. Just
But then again, if you look at after
how come he didn't make it through all that and Obama just came up from the wings and
okay, but politics is about garnering support, right?
Yep. Jesse walked with brother King, Dr. King.
Right,
he should be able to.
But does that validate you to be because you work?
Because he was an activist in his own right.
Yeah.
Jesse has been an activist in his own right.
I hear that. What I'm saying is, does activism necessitate that you're the best person for politics?
Excellent. Well, looking at Jesse's track record, it baffles me that, he actually did. Let me be fair. Let's bring the balance. He shed a tear. He did cry when Obama was elected. He said, "This is a turning point for the African American people." He did that. So he was gracious at that juncture. Prior to it, he was saying things like, "I don't know. I mean, this guy, who is he?
So maybe perhaps it was a political ploy that he was saying that because he felt it would rouse the emotions.
I think it was part of the ADOS thing. I think it was an early expression of the ADOS situation that you highlighted. I believe so. And I'm still trying to. I wish to God we had an African American here who was not of. You get me? It was ADOS.
No.
You know, because as a Caribbean person,
there's a guy called Golo Jacob that I speak to online. He would have been perfect for this conversation.
But then look again. Maybe they need to change the name. I don't know. Maybe it's African. It's only the United States, because as far as I'm concerned, the Caribbean islands also went through.
But I think they
feel like that about us too.
Yeah, so what was your the Caribbean's ones? They had a sort of different name, Conco. So I think you guys actually.
Is there a Caribbean movement?
Your movement
for reparations?
Oh yeah, well,
just the Caribbean island. Yeah, with the Caribbean islands by itself.
Yeah, but no, that's not the
There's a name. There's a name for it. I forgot.
I don't know. My main concern is, as a Pan-Africanist, what this is doing to the family. That is my main concern. Now, I hear rumblings like this in Harlesden where I live. I spend a lot of time. I waste a lot of time on Saturday evening in the sauna and in my area. And people sit and get together and they talk about this. And I'm hearing Caribbeans talking the same way about Africans. I'm hearing them say things like, well, we came first, we did all the dirty work, and now, which they did. Yeah, but right now, a lot of the Africans, we don't have the middle class kind of African coming anymore. The middle class, like your parents, the middle class ones who came and who used to look at Caribbeans as Wakata, in Yoruba, the sugar cane, the Akata, you know, those kind are no more. The Africans we coming now is like working class, if such a concept still exists in the way of labor relations of children. The African coming now is more like the Caribbean who came as working class to work on London transport and in the health clearing. So it's different, but there is this feeling that the children of the educated ones, like what's the girl who's always on television, her dad must be Jewish, her surname is, she's Ghanaian, she's always on with yes, she looks, well, she's mixed race.
She's on the news.
Always on. Hurst is the name. Yeah. That's the name. Hurst. Right. Uma King, Ghanaian. King.
What's German?
Yeah, Uma King is Jewish. On the one side. King. One of them is Jewish. One is Ghanaian.
Steve.
Yeah, she's in the House of Lords. So what I'm saying is there are a lot of Africans who have made it from the middle class nature of the first crop that came. Now it's leveled out. It's leveled down, unfortunately. So everybody poor now. The Africans poor, and they can't claim middle class status, and the Caribbeans still poor, right? But the situation in America, to me, I think is creating I want to think this. It's creating a bigger problem than need exist. But I am hesitant about saying that without listening to an African American who is from the ADOS community saying, well, listen, we're experiencing this and it's beginning to jar. I haven't.
To be honest, I'm starting to think the Pan-African thing is a hype. I was saying that to the other day. I'm starting to wonder if the ties are maybe too superficial to uphold themselves.
If the tent is too big, under which we're trying to force all these people, the tent might be too sorry. The tent is too small, and we're trying to force too many people under this tent. You see, what I would like for the African American to say is, we have to get together and use this as a spur to build our community, but not in opposition to the Africans who've just come, or the Caribbeans who've just come, or the Afro-Latinos who've just come. We're doing it because we have to do it. It's like what I said about India. I believe every African country, every African ethnicity, every group, every subgroup, and every sub-clan has to get working on their local constituency. But we cannot do it in opposition. And I feel this discourse that you posted, it's being done in opposition. It's like African Americans are being told to rise up because these blacks from the continent who've always regarded you all as slaves are still regarding you all as slaves and are taking advantage of all the effort you've put in to clear this path. They just steamroll their way through it, and then
so that actually
that's worrying me about that discourse.
That actually brings up something which, in some aspects, I'm a little bit ashamed to see, but it's valid. There is an attitude amongst, and I don't know if it can be validated. That's another conversation that needs to be had. But there is an attitude by people from the African continent towards African American culture as a lowly sub kind of culture. That's like, you don't have like you single parent home. Like what the brother Saeed said in Kenya when he stood on the minbar and said, this is part of the to stand on the minbar and say something, a
He's saying what a lot of people are thinking.
Saying that,
He's actually saying what a lot of people are thinking.
Because otherwise someone would stand up and say, what are you talking about? But for you to stand on the pulpit in the masjid, in another country which got nothing to do with these men, and say that the majority of them are children of fornication, that speaks to these old sort of ideas. And I believe, I don't know, the thing is, I'm sort of stepping out of this thing of blaming white people all the time. Even though they have their effect is there. The pitting parties, what they did to the hood season.
You gotta do some agency.
I've always been saying accountability. I think accountability is one that us Africans shy away from. I want to ask
this question. He mentioned Saeed, the Imam. Would you not argue, perhaps, Africa is so big, you see. We need to dissect it. Would we not argue that the lower classes, I hate using these terms because there's so much in the news. Every time I hear that term, I'm seeing that woman Priti Patel in her face, man. I don't know. This is the kind of person that boils my blood. But so this, man. This, the kind of people that they're using against us. They take your own kind and make them the overseer. But let's dedicate a whole series to her. She know what she's doing. She went behind even the conservative back to make a pact with Benjamin Netanyahu when she got caught. She got fired. She went out the front door, came down the back door, and got back in. That woman, she shouldn't even be in politics. But fuck, she made me forget what I was going to say. What I was going to say is this: perhaps in the African continent, the middle classes still entertain this akata, they are sons of slaves. But the working classes, they like a bit of 50 Cent. They like a bit of Boys in the Hood, the rest of it. So I think there are different levels of Africans.
So is it true? The irony is, most people who look down African American
There's a kind of cognitive dissonance.
they appropriate lots of it.
There's a kind of dissonance.
Up until India, which looks, obviously you've got the caste system there. You look down on black people adversely. You don't feel all these street dances and talking in the slang and what have you. Everyone it's like everyone wants the culture of African Americans and Caribbeans, but doesn't want to pay the people the respect. Everyone wants to be black. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. There are some parts of African American culture which I dislike. But that's not to say throw it all out.
There's some parts of my culture I dislike.
I had to say it to another brother the other day. Up until recently, Ashanti, we do crazy stuff, cutting people's heads off for rituals and all sorts of nonsense. And I'll stand there and say, I do take pride in being Ashanti, but I don't take pride in anything.
You take pride in the good things of the Ashantis. I always tell people that one of the mistakes that has accounted for the rise of neo-Nazism in Germany is at the end of the period when Hitler was defeated, Potsdam Conference and all that, they made the Germans feel that they should hate themselves. They did not differentiate between Nazism and being German. And that accounts for that significant constituency of Germans who espouse neo-Nazism. I believe you have to allow people to like what is good in their culture without telling them it is Asamiya, it's nationalism. Because especially if people have been damaged through history, you have to let them accentuate the positive and build on them. If they keep trying to take from other people's culture, I mean, even a simple thing like what embarrasses me is, you know, I love African clothes as much as the next man, but the material is made in Holland, it's made in Austria, it's made in Germany. You get the Jesna is made in Germany, the Dutch Visco, Dutch wax there. The Sudanese tobe, forget about black and West African, the Sudanese wear something called a tobe for women, all of it made in Switzerland, and so forth. Now I look at India and I feel a little jealous, because one thing with Indians, they make, listen man, when the British attempted to stifle the Indian textile trade, Gandhi said, I'm taking off all my clothes. Forget about what else you think about Gandhi. Let's talk about this bit. He took off all. He said, I'm going to actually spin.
It's not good to sell out. It's not good to sell out. Stop selling out.
We need an NHS consultant in this part. There's too many old people.
I expect better from him sometimes. You know. So you got this guy sitting on the spinning wheel, and he made it his motif, where they're actually making their own clothes. And let me tell you something. I go to the Sudanese shop, Excelsior, on Oxbridge Road in Shepherd. I give them a plug because they're doing for their own kind, which we should be doing for our own kind. And they're selling us material. So I go to the Sudanese shop because I got some friends in the Sudan and they would like some gifts. And I'm gonna buy tobe. They call it tobe, the material they wrap around. You know, it's Irish looking. Now when I go there, I said, what material is it? This is the German material, but we recommend the Indian cotton. Sikhs selling you, and they are recommending the one made by them. They actually think this is more expensive, the one from Switzerland, but we recommend the Indian cotton as here. Yeah, why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they? Like what I said about your people when I gave Somalis a shout out. And you know what I said? I give fair dues in Alston. Nobody could break into the halal trade. Pakistanis have got cornered. The Somalis say, yeah, you watch. Now they have what? Remember the last time on tape I said they have 2 halal shops? Three. And it's thriving.
Well, in London there's a couple of high streets that I see full of Somalis.
Alston used to, the Pakistanis used to run people out. You couldn't get into the business of meat, halal meat. That's their thing. Like the corner shop belonged to the Hindus, the halal shop belonged to the Pakistanis. That was how it went until the Somali just came, and by sheer force of numbers, they have customer base. I call that black power. Who don't like it, that their business. I call that black power.
Whole unity spending, take a lesson. Take a lesson.
Right.
You know?
And if the Indians want to sell us material and say, we recommend the Indian cotton. Fair dues, brother. That's what I'm saying. I would like our people to each get strong without blaming the other. And that's what I would like. So this going on in America, I find it a little worrying. Now, I'm not there. I've been there since 2010. You know, I had trouble with Delta Airlines. That's another story. I should talk. One of these days I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to sue Delta Airlines. I ain't done with them yet for what they did to me. Right? But, you know, the Muslim thing went back then. And the problem is, if we had an African American here or two, they could perhaps give their story and say why they feel. Because I'd like to hear Caribbean Muslims in Halsden. I'd like to hear from them saying, I say, guys, we've been here longer than the Somali. How come we don't have a halal shop? How come they have one? And they will remind me of Brother Abdullah Bah from Senegal, who was the first person trying to open a shop in Halsden. Now, for the record, it was not a halal meat shop. He was opening a corner shop. He's from Senegal. And the Fulanis, they like, when they are not herding cattle, they like corner shops. They don't like working for people. So he said, a Fulani from Senegal. He has his corner shop. The Hindu contingent in the area told the wholesalers, if you supply that fella, I'm sure that the N-word, that fella, don't bring your goods to us. They froze the guy out. They ran him out. You see, they couldn't do it with the Somali because the Somali had numbers. There are people go and buy in their shops. So now I see the Pakistani butchers, when you see them now, they're doing a thing they never used to do before. They're standing at the door, welcome, begging you to come in. Because they're consumers. The base has dropped. Right? Now, I want our people to think in terms of development. If Ghana is developing, if the Nzima, the Ashanti, the Akwapim, the Fanti, the Ahanta, if they develop, each group develops itself, I don't want to hear them saying, I am developing at your expense or you developing at my expense. Maybe that's a pipe dream like the brothers say for Pan-African, but that's my way of looking at Pan-Africanism. I want our groups to work each on their own and link up. When they're strong, even if they're not strong, let them see the opportunity to link up. But this to me is worrying. This thing about African Americans versus the rest.
Do you know what? You open up another can of worms. Yeah, because even when you talk about a can, you know, I don't even like. I'm laughing because I don't even hear people like even break down the certain little factions of their can. The can are made up of something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you say Akwapim, like I forget Akwapim. Afanti and Shanti can't.
And their languages are almost incomprehensible.
It has got a bit to do with it's got a bit to do with a coonery, though.
No, but no, you have to coon. You have to coon. Here where they have to coon. Listen, these guys.
Ghanaian friends, I'm not getting involved.
These guys push them to the coast. They and the guy. Squeeze them on the coast. The Danish people are right there, give them weapons. What do you think they're gonna do? That's our unfortunate history. Our history is unfortunate.
Do you know?
You are Hausa man. You are not in this one. These are these Southerners.
My grandfather actually is an Equipia fan.
Okay. Yes. See what happened to the Fanti? People like to say the Fanti cooled out, but the Fanti,
look, you know what?
They had to cool because the next place they were going to get pushed.
I want to hear this. Is this a West Coast story? It's a West Coast story. It's a West Coast story.
Ask Fancy man about ham and cheese and everything there. Listen, they are like.
My name is Kingsley Hayford.
No, it's so deep, bro. Listen, it's so deep.
Proud of it.